he was into the house. And we begin to worship him, and it says, how great is your love? Can you feel the love that comes into the house, into the house when he enters in? How great is your love? I believe in Psalm 1 it says, I love thee, O Lord, my strength. When God's love begins to move in, we begin to get strength in him for knowing who he is in our lives. We allow God's strength to come in and we start doing the work that we know only God does. I love thee, O Lord. You are my strength. You are. I'm ready for the word there. Come on, buddy. Oh, good. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. We want to take a moment to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for the healing that he's done in this room just today. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We want to thank the Lord for a new soul that's been saved this morning. That's good enough, right? And we can go right now. That would be above and beyond. Anytime God moves, it's good. Anytime God moves, it's good. Amen. Well, I don't know if it's just spring. I don't know if it's the Easter time coming up. I don't know if the weather changed. I don't know why, but it seems like we've been on the trees and farming and planting and stuff for a while. And we want to talk about the farmer life this morning. Not the former, but the farmer. Farmer life. We got some farmers in here, right? Well, we got 3 farmers in here. You're a farmer, whether you want to be or not. And I'm not talking about tilling, although we'll be using that some. But your life is a garden. And that's what we're going to try to bring out this morning for just a few moments. That our lives are like gardens. It's not so much the type that we're producing, the type of crop it is the condition that we want to deal with this morning. I want to ask you a question. What does your garden look like right now? Your garden being you and your life. What kind of shape is your garden in? Don't answer it right now. Just think about it. Just what condition is your garden in? If your garden would be your life, your spiritual life, your Christianity, your walk with the Lord, what kind of shape is it in? So with that in mind, let's get right into some scriptures. First of all, I want everyone to know, according to Genesis chapter number 2, verse number 15, that we all are predetermined farmers. Every one of us. When the Lord first made creation, he created everything, and then he planted a garden, and in that garden, he put his greatest creation, man, and he put him in there for a purpose. You see, we're here for a purpose. We're here to dress and to keep it. We're here to toil, to work, to cultivate, and to protect. That's your life. It's up to you, and it's up to me to cultivate my spiritual life. I can't constantly hire people out to cultivate my soil. We do it all the time. You know, hey, can you go to tractor? Can you come down and plow my field so it make it easier on me? Yeah, I'd be glad to. And that's great. That's great in the natural. But in the spiritual, we need to cultivate our own. He put him in there to dress it, Brother Ernie. He put him in there to keep it. He put him in there to toil and to... You know, at one time, Dana, it was fun to work. Obviously, it's not now. Nobody likes sweating now. Nobody likes to work. Well, some people still like to work. I'm not one of them, but there's some folks out there that like to work. We are, by nature, farmers. We love to see things grow. We love to be a part of the growing process because we were created just like Adam. As God planted this and we were planted into the family of God, then we want to take care of what that planting is. Take care of this garden, take care and to protect it. predetermined farmer. See how quick we went through the predetermined farmer? Now we're going to go into the slothful farmer. Yeah, that's where you can shout the house down and hey, man, that's just good stuff right there. So let's read a few verses. It's not going to be doom and gloom, so yeah, I don't think it is. Pastor Kurt said he wasn't mad, he was just excited, so I hope I don't come across mad either. I went by the field. This is the Proverbs writer, Solomon. He said, I went by the field of the slothful. That's nobody in here. Okay, right off the bat, you guys are not slothful, right? And by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns and nettles and covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. And I never thought about that, Ramey. Those hands up. And then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instructions. Now that's a good place to amen right there. Anytime you can look upon something and get instruction, it's a good thing. Next verse. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. Let's go back to verse number 31. Because I know you're going to be shouting. I know you. I can just feel it already. I'm not saying anybody in here, and I'm not calling anybody here slothful or unlearned. That's not the point of this. We're going to see in a minute. We are called to be farmers. We are to farm our ground. We are to cultivate our soul, our spirit man. And we are to protect it. So this guy, 4 things we find out in this picture. Notice this guy has walked by. I can just imagine, and I hope for just a moment you'll picture in your mind, the guy walks back and he sees this garden, the field. Back then they would put fences or rows of fence or stacks of stones around it to protect it from any kind of wildlife. And then inside of that would be their garden. And they would have different types of plants just like we would. And I can just imagine him walking through and he's looking at this field. And there's this rocks are falling down. Now half of the fence is gone, and there's weeds and thistles, and you've got to look real hard. And way down in there, you see just one little onion sprouting up, or maybe just one little grapevine over here. It's ugly. It looks a whole lot like my garden in the fall of the year. Anybody here farms, and you know most of us that does any kind of farming. By the fall of the year, you've done quit trying to keep up with all the junk, so you just let it grow. Am I right? Or do you first tend it all the way? Some of you probably do. Thank God for you fellas. Make the rest of us look bad. But most of the time, you just let it go. That's the key about being slothful. You just let stuff go. Probably started out well. So 4 things we want to. First of all, what it looked like. My question is, what did it look like to him now? And my question is, what do we look like to others? First thing he saw was that it was overrun by thistles or weeds or whatever you want to call it. They use nettles, and thorns. That requires a purging from within. Slothful gardens, you know what happens when David said, oh, why is my spirit disquieted within me? David's speaking to himself. Do you know why we get fouled so many times, or I get fouled so many times? You know how come I fall into the whatever you want to call it? Because I don't purge the inside most of the time. I am the one that has to purge that. I'm the one that has to take care of the inside. He saw that it was overrun. A farmer doesn't let that junk go. Why? Because it kills out the stuff that's supposed to be in there. But whose job is it to get rid of the junk?
Good word, Pastor.
Me! I got to purge on the inside. Guess what? I don't like to be purged.
Amen.
It hurts. It's easy to stand up here and say, we need to be purged.
Come on.
You jerk a few roots up out of your heart and see how that feels.
Yes.
What do you do when somebody finally looks at you and loves you enough to look at you and say, look, you've got a poor attitude.
Yeah.
You look at them and say, you're a And then you just get more weeds. Or we listen to that and we begin to purge our attitudes.
Come on. Come on.
Or purge whatever it is. It doesn't. You pick whatever one it is that's up. Whatever weeds jerking up right now, we need to jerk it out of there. And somebody loves me enough to show me what it is. Somebody loves me enough to say, you've got unforgiveness that you won't let go of. No, you're wrong. No, they're right. And guess what? They've done their job, Sean, in showing me. Look at that weed over there. Appreciate that. You'll be all right.
Come on.
Just one weed.
Yeah. Good word. Good word.
Speak a little weed, but it's just small. It ain't no bigger than nothing. Next week you come back and the horse weed that big.
Right.
You ever seen a horse weed? Is that what they're called? Is everybody come to a horse weed, huh? A little new couple. You do know what a horse weed is?
Yes.
Things you used to stick and throw at your brothers and sisters with. It's right. Yeah, spirit. Just want to look at the little thing and worry about it. See, we get shown what's in there. We need to be purged of that. But unless we do, we end up having a field that looks like it's overrun by them.
Right.
So first of all, what he saw was a field that was unmaintained. Why was it unmaintained? Because the owner of the field was slothful. We get the slothful in me, y'all. Next thing, he said that the walls was broken, the stone wall thereof was broken down. That's speaking about the protection from the outside. Where the first part talks about the purging on the inside, if we let our walls down, it gives every avenue for the enemy to come in through the holes and the gaps and the doorways and the stuff that's broke down to enter into our garden. We may have all kinds of fruit in there, but if we leave the door wide open or let the wall get busted down, anybody can come in and spoil us. Who wants to spoil us? Well, the enemy does. Satan wants to spoil you. He don't care if you have fruit as long as he can destroy it before it brings any seed. Right. Big pretty apples are fine. He'll let you have the big pretty apples as long as they fall on the vine.
Yeah.
And if we leave the wall, if we leave the protection, if we don't enforce. You say, what are you talking about? People, we got to get in the book, and we got to know what the Word says. Amen. We've got to build our walls upon a sure foundation. We've got to mortar and temper it with the things that the Lord says is in there, like the fruits of the Spirit. That's the mortar that holds the blocks in there. And if we're, if we're not practicing those gifts, though we may quote every gift in there and be able to tell you all the fruit of the Spirit, if we're not practicing them, it ends up being untempered mortar, and anybody can push our walls down. We can all talk about the love of God. We can all talk about a living, the good of God. But if we are not practicing it, we have a wall that's easily busted down. And before we know it, it's already torn down.
Come on.
Do you know how big a hole it takes in your foundation, in your wood, to let a rat in? How do they do that? How does a rat that big get in a hole that big? But it seems like they can. That wall that's tore down here started out as a couple blocks. But the slothful and the unlearned paid it no mind.
Yeah.
It just takes one stone to start messing up. Is this making any sense?
Yes. Good teaching. Good word.
We see the effects of this word. We see what it looks like. Now that's what it looks like. Now what caused it? We kind of hit on this a little bit, but I want to hit a little bit harder. What causes our beautiful, well-watered gardens, Isaiah says, that we should be like, what causes us to look like that is what the Proverbs writer says. We're slothful. Come on, we might as well just admit it. We are lazy. Well, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Of course, we all knew that, Jeff. I mean, you're not saying anything we didn't know. But we're just like that. We're lazy. Church folk is just like any other folk. We folks, just like the ones down the street, we love to work on what we love to work.
Yeah.
But if it's something we particularly don't like, how many love to hoe corn? Johnny, I should have guessed. How many, when you was a kid, and they seen you at the hoe corn, hold the stalk down just as much as you hold the weeds down? Thank you. I hated holding corn. Why do you... Go back to the childhood here. But now I love planting corn. Y'all like planting corn? There's nothing. I love planting peppers. I love it. I love taking my buckets of water and my plants and my fertilizer. I love getting down on my knees and that mud getting up in my fingers and my nose gets itching and look like getting up mud on. I love that stuff. I love the smell of dirt. So when it gets time to it, Philip, I love getting down in there and I love building and making a little pot or a little hole and putting a little pepper in there and patting it down and making it so pretty that I make them straight. Am I weird? That's okay. I'm okay with being weird. I love that stuff. After it gets planted, time to cultivate it. I don't care much for that. So a lot of times it's got weeds all around it. I've been known to even just take a weed cutter and just whack it lower down in the peppers. Does that make sense? Yeah. See, a slothful person in the farming industry will do what the least he can do to get by with it. Same thing I do in my Christian life. That's why, oh my goodness.
Come on.
You know, that's why we hang around with Christians like us.
Yeah.
So they don't stretch us. If you ever understand, somebody else don't like the hoe, you'll hang out with it. Nobody's going to hang out with Johnny. Come on, girls, let's go hoe some corn. Oh, you're good, man. Go ahead. No, I'm good. So we're a Kurt. Lawful man. Lazy. Being him tight. We don't like that. Am I making? But what happens is, we only do the things we like, and we only grow where we want to grow. We only want to hang out with the people we want to hang out with. And before you long, you look over, and your garden is a mess. Oh, there's some fruit on it. You get what you can need, but we really ain't got much for anybody else. And that comes into, oh my goodness, I got to go pray. Idleness is slothfulness. A parallel proverb to this is over in Proverbs 6 when it talks about the ant. And he tells the sluggard to consider the ant. That the ant toils all summer and puts its food up and does the work that needs to be done. The ant puts up food not for itself, but for others.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as I got a pot of beans, I don't care about what's happening next week. Come on, we're being honest here. That's the way idleness is. Don't worry about it, we'll take care of it later. What happens when later comes? You got a garden full of weeds. Amen? If you're slothful and idle, would you also be lazy? 4 or 5 of us up here is lazy. Anybody got a couple lazy? Yeah. Lou's just barely waking up and I'm down a little bit, Pastor, I go to sleep. That's why I get loud every now and then. I love seeing your expression when you're all sleep. Idleness, laziness, slothfulness. We don't see it at the time, but it ends up bringing forth that. A field that doesn't look good. And notice what it says in verse number 30. It says, not only is idleness the cause of our garden looking like this. And I'm not saying your garden looks horrible. I'm not saying that. Maybe you've got a great looking garden. But let's keep it that way, all right? These are some things that the Proverbs writer is telling us to keep it this way, and you're going to continue to look good. He's going to use these as an example. We'll get to that just please in a second. Not only is he slothful, but he said that he was a man void of understanding. Void of understanding. What does that mean? It literally means unlearned or unlearned because of apathy. I'm unlearned and I don't care. And that's what this guy is. I don't care. That's the thing that bothers our gardens as much as laziness. I don't care to know that. Those preachers, those teachers, those other people, they know that. I'll just get it off them. They'll tell me what to do. What happens when none of them's around? And you need your wall built up real quick. How am I supposed to build this wall up? It's got a manual right here. Wall building 101.
Yeah.
It'll right there perfectly. Anybody what kind of wall it is? I ain't got a stone wall. I got a rock wall. Got that in here too. Said I ain't the rock with I salvation. I got a wall there.
Come on.
Whatever the wall is, it doesn't matter. If it's wood, if it's hay, if it's stone, it don't matter. He's got directions to build the wall. So I don't do that. As a matter of fact, when I get my gifts at Christmas for my kids and it's got instructions, I throw them away. I can build it on my own. Come on there, everybody does that, right? I just found out lately. See, I always thought that I had parts left over because I did it wrong. But they've got people up in them offices that put extra pieces in there just to mess with us. And it works. They do. You can count them out and sit and then have an extra couple pieces in your face. And then your wife comes. One there. Because if you're around somebody that panics, or take that thing back apart and put it back together, get them extra pieces in there. See, stick them in your pockets. Okay. I have to tell you, I don't care. Is that thing going to stay up? I don't care. The swing set for the grandbaby, I won't be on it. What do I care? Am I right? We do that with, we get to that, I don't care. And I'm not telling you don't care, but it comes to the point where it requires some work, where it requires me to learn something and to understand something and to put a little effort forth that I just say, listen, I don't care, it'll be okay. It's just one little hole in the wall. I'll stand beside it and keep anybody from coming in.
Come on.
Well, while we're standing over there making sure nobody comes in from the outside, we got a whole field that's growing up in weeds that we can't get to because we will take care of the wall in the first place. We are down. We're too busy patching up holes and we can't take care of the field on the inside.
Come on. Good word.
Let's get the wall right. We'll have all kinds of time to work on the inside. Let's get our doctrine right. Let's get our dedication to the Lord right. What's the rest of it? So first of all, we saw what it looked like. Then we saw the cause of it. Now we find out what it results in. Look at verse 34. This is the results. I'm going to say something right here, Sabrina. This is not what could happen. He's telling us what will happen. This is what will happen if we continue to be slothful and void of understanding. So I didn't know it had that kind of effect, Dana. The Proverbs writer says it was, Larry. He said, first of all, thy poverty come as one that travaileth. What does that mean? Somebody getting ready to have a baby. When you think that's what it means, like a woman in travail. Why does a woman travail? Okay, fine, I'll give you that one. But there is something going to happen. It's inevitable. When a woman with child is in travail, something is going to happen. This is not a trick. There will be a baby. why he uses this. It's inevitable that if we are slothful, if we are lazy, if we are idle, then poverty will come. Why do we live in a world full of poverty? Don't think on the natural, think on the spiritual. Well, we're lazy. We're idle. We spend more time doing something. Okay, I go off the side of this here, right? Y'all don't like it. Poverty comes from within.
Yes.
Most people that live in poverty are the greediest people you will ever meet.
Yes.
Travis, don't look at me like that. But I need to go on so I don't make. Because of our lack of effort, we end up having a poverty mentality. And if we stay in a slothful, idle, lazy mentality in our spiritual life, we will always end up bankrupt.
Amen.
And in poverty. If all we ever think of poverty is negative and woe is me and I can't and this won't and boom and bam, you can't help but have that be the outcome. Am I making any sense?
Amen.
I'm not saying that you can just walk around living in a fairy tale world and everything will be fine. No, but we do need to live in a positive world because our God is an overcomer. Our God is greater than anything in this world. Our God shall supply all of our needs according to His riches and glory. Our God is greater than anything else. So as it within God is yea and amen. He is a positive God, and we need to think positive, and thinking positive will lead us to act positive, which will lead us to actually work. Woo! I'm one of the laziest people there is. I just let you know that right now. I've said it before, Lee, I'll say it again. I have literally made thousands of dollars asleep in a car. I'm not proud of that, so to speak, but kind of a little bit. Never got caught, so that's good. The point is naturally, we'll take shortcuts. We've got to guard against that spiritually.
Yes.
Or we end up with that kind of feeling. Real quick, I know I'm running out of time. I apologize. Give me just a few more minutes. So just as sure as a woman in travail will give birth, a slothful Christian will live in poverty. We'll be spiritually bankrupt the rest of our life. Woo! Hallelujah. None of that, and it says want, and thy want as an armed man. That want is from without. In other words, everything we want will be taken away from us by force. If we constantly have holes in our walls, there's no way we can keep from whatever we receive. The enemy's going to want to run in there and snatch it back out. Remember what the sower went out to sow seed, and some seed fell upon the wayside or the hard ground, and as soon as it hit, the enemy came in and grabbed it and flew away with it. Why? Because we've not blocked up the walls. We've not repaired the breaches. We've not shut out all of the enemy forces. Somebody I know knows what I'm talking about. Somebody in here has left the door open. And Satan came in. Kick him out, shut the door, and put a Holy Ghost lock on it, and go on about your business. Don't sit there and murmur, oh, the enemy coming again. Well, kick him out. You've got the authority to do that. Kick him out and shut the door. He may be armed, but God's stronger. How can a strong man enter into a stronger man's house unless he first be bidden? So we've allowed him to come in, but now the stronger man shows up and casts him out. Okay, real quick. Now what it illustrates, let me go to verse number 32. And we'll get out of this one real quick. You will give me about 10 more minutes, right?
Amen.
Then I saw, now remember, he's walked by. Then I saw, and I considered it well, and I looked upon it, and I received instruction. God shows us things to correct us and to construct us. God brings things in our life so that we can, or things happen in our life, and God uses them to bring correction. But not just correction, He brings construction. God does not just want to tell you what you did wrong. He wants to show you how to build it up so it doesn't happen again. I looked and I considered it well. I said, if there, except for the grace of God, that's going to look like my garden, Joe. So I need to consider that I not be a sloth. Anybody ever go to the zoo to go see a sloth? I mean, you see the things, but nobody, you ever notice nobody's around a cage of a sloth? Wow, that's exciting. It hasn't moved in 6 inches in a week. The things just hang there. They spend 80% of their time basically motionless, hanging from a tree. They are so slow and they move so little that algae forms on their back. And they end up eating the algae to give them nutrition. That's sick, ain't it? So I'm not telling you slothful people to lick on your... That one turned bad real quick. Reel that back up. People want to see people of action. We want to be people of action. I want to be active in my Christianity. I want my garden to be right. Amen. But with that, not only do I have to be active, I also have to have an understanding. I also have to be instructed in the Lord. Amen? In other words, I've got to work it, and I've got to realize, please catch this, that it is worth it that my garden looks good. It ain't that I would look good, but this is my Father's garden. I'm the husbandman. He's put me in charge over my little garden. I need it to look good for Him. Number 3, real quick. This won't take long. I'll just probably do this and then I'll quit. So now we've seen that we are predestined, predetermined farmers, and we've also found out we don't want to be slothful farmers. So what do we want to be? 2 Samuel chapter 23 tells us that we want to be defending farmers. I love this story, so I'm going to go real quick. It's a list of David's mighty men, and it comes to this guy by the name of Shammah. And he's standing in a pea patch, or a lentil patch. It calls it lentils here. It's like peas. He's standing in there with the rest of Israel, and the Philistines come up against them. Now, the Philistines, we found out, is a picture of a reoccurring attacker or a reoccurring enemy. There's stuff in your life that seems to keep coming back. And what happens is, Brother Bucky keeps coming back, and we keep retreating. And we come back, and the Lord ministers to us, and then we go back out into the field, and we stand our ground, and the enemy comes, and we retreat again, and it's over and over. But Shammah here, he knew something about farming, and he said it's time for it to stop here. And it says that everybody else, the whole troop, everybody else retreated, but old Shammah stood his ground in the middle of the people, and he said, I will make a stand, glory. I will make a stand, and I will defend what God's given me. You and I need to get to the point, David, that we understand that this is my pea patch. God give me this pea patch, and it's worth fighting for, and I'm going to stand, and I'm going to defend it.
Amen.
I don't care what enemy comes. You know what happened? Verse number 12. He whooped them all. But look what it says at the very end. And God, the Lord, wrought a great deed.
That's it. Amen.
You know what God wants us to do in our patch? Stand. Be obedient and ready to defend it. Stuff's going to come. Are we ready to fight it off? Is that patch worth it? One can send 1,000 fly. 2 can send 10,000. You know how the best way, that reoccurring attacker that you got is a bully. And you know what the best way to get rid of a bully? Stand up to them. Bullies can't stand when you stand up to them. They might whoop you the first time, but they probably won't bully you again. Because they don't like getting in scrap. from a bully. 6-year-old maybe. Face them. Face them. The Lord will bring great victory to you. Amen. We're going to end it with Ruth. Because if we want our patch to be, our garden to be prosperous, and what all that God wants it to be, in our Christian life, we want it to shine the glory of God in it. We got to defend it, and that was what Shammah did, and then we've got to share it. And that's what Boaz did.
Yeah.
Y'all know the story about Ruth. Ruth, I won't go through all of it, but Ruth was come back with her mother-in-law, set up shop back in Naomi's homeland. Ruth is a Moabitess. She's come from a foreign land, but she comes in there and she comes under the authority of her mother-in-law. And she comes in obedience to whatever, and she looks to help her more than help herself. She's a young woman who would, most young women at this time lost their husband, or most young people at any would be out trying to find something for them. But she says, no, I'm going to go help my mother-in-law. She goes into the field of Boaz. Boaz is the key here. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Boaz is the key here. Boaz had a great field. Huge. All kinds of stuff. And when he seen her, he showed her favor. When God looks down and he sees our efforts, he will show us favor. Now, we don't do it because to get favor, but he comes with it. God knows her heart, and he'll know my heart too. And she went out, and she just gleaned just like everybody else, but it came to find out, I don't know where I'm at here, and it doesn't matter. It come to find out when Boaz saw it, and he heard the story, and he knew. He went to her and said, look, from now on you glean in my field, don't go anywhere else. And then he looked at the ones that was reaping the harvest. He said, oh, by the way, let her glean anywhere she wants to, and just have her now and then. If you don't care, just have her now and then. Throw her a handful of purses around so she gets a little bit extra, a little bit more, a little bit greater stuff. Why? Because she's not slothful. She's about her father's business, and she had an understanding that if you get under the authority, God will show you favor. Look at it. I did. I had one soul saved. So they're rejoicing in the presence. Well, in our presence, but in the presence of the others. So I wonder what would happen if somebody else got saved. What if we had two? What if you're the one? What if you're the one that God's calling out? And you are, if you're here in your life, He's calling you out. He's calling you out. No, He's not calling me. Yes, He is. Absolutely. Well, how do you know that? Jesus made it very clear. He said, if I be lifted up, he said, I will draw all men to me. Well, he was lifted up. He hung between the heavens and the earth. He became the supreme sacrifice for all mankind. His blood was shed for the remission of sin. And from that day forward, he's been calling mankind to come to repentance. That's you. If you've not repented of your sin, that's you. Because I know he doesn't do that. All these other Christians, they came the same way. A call from God, His Son, the Spirit, the Word, whatever way you want to put it, that drawing to a cross. And I laid it down on the cross. Where's my sin at now? It's gone. Never to be remembered. Never. You want that? Come on. Make your way out. Got folks here that make you glad. Love it. Lead you to the Lord. Nobody here can say you. Amen. Amen. We appreciate you being a part of this service. 10th has been so much. I really appreciate it. Thank the Lord again for salvation, for the healing that's taking place in this building. Tonight at 7 o'clock we'll be having church. Of course, the midnight prayer is still going on. This will be the last week of it. It'll end up next Sunday, so if you've not had a chance to be there, it'll be going on this whole week. Next Monday, tomorrow, 7 o'clock will be Women of God. Come on out, women, and be a part of that. We have a board meeting tonight at 6 o'clock, and then we'll be preaching and practice at 5 o'clock. For all of you that came out, all those that came out, helped on the community project, we appreciate you so much. We'll be doing that again next week. For those of you that helped in the Pork Association barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, thank you so much for that. I think they sold close to 200 of those things. Is that what it's something?
We made about $1,400.
$1,400. Thank you so much for your support and all the rest. I tell you, they worked really hard. They worked really hard. I sat back and watched them. I was slothful. And I watched them. They do great. All right, 7 o'clock tonight. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Before I got to do a huge shout out, a big thank you, congratulations to the Tulsa Junior ROTC won the state championship. State championship. Brother Pascal is here, and he's part of that. And we just, I think it's awesome. Now that is every class. That's AAA, AA, and single. They all put in one, and they won it all. Is that great? Now we go to the regionals, and we'll face 7 other puny little states, and we're going to wear them out too. All, of course, in the name of the Lord. No, we're very proud. That's just great. It's great. I love that program. I think it's great. All right. Congratulations again. Thank you.